Okay, already you guys know this one is about to be a banger. Hey guys, hi Enigma active. All right, woo! This one is going to be a vibe. So you already know what to do. If you're on X, start repost. And with us today, it's going to be a good day, and we're in the house. W's in the chat. Oh yeah, I see Soulflare. Hi, Soulflare G for G. We are the Guardians in the house. Hi, CMA. Hi, Hadiza. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Lady Flo. All right, let's get it going. Let's get it going because you already know this is our last call of the year and it's already off to a good start. Hi, MK. How you doing? Vibe, vibes, all vibes. Okay, thank you. Oh, baby, hi. GM, God knows. Hi, Olumide. Okay. I see my people. And it's already 5:57. Oh, you know how we do it officially. We start by 6. But today, it's going to be really good. Today is going to be really good. Trust me when I say it. Okay, like I believe you guys trust me. So thank you. We have 2 more minutes. Hmm. I am excited. If you're excited, I'm not seeing the W's in the chat. Are you guys not excited for this call? Oh, you do not understand what's going to be going on here. GM, my love. GM. Okay, it's time for us to get this going. This is about to be a vibe. Woo! W's in the chat. Okay. I love it. I love the energy. Love the energy. So today we are going to be doing the wrapped. The whole year is coming to an end. 2025 was a good one, but we are going to review it. We are going to see the year in review. We're going to figure out what were the things that we needed. Yeah, let's get this started. I told you guys that it was going to be a party. Clack it. Hi, that one three go. Hey, Pudge Crip. I'm very sure it's not Pudge Crip. Who is calling me goodness? Bella, please now. Hello, Jizu. W's. Hi, GM. Hello, Obi. That's Obi. Okay. It's 5:59. You said you never see red cup. Check your back. Somebody is passing it at the back, okay? And we are up. Okay. Should I do the countdown? I don't even know. I don't think we should. He said let the party begin. Say we are early. Yes. You know, you guys are the ones that set up. You do the whole setting up. But I like it. He said let's get waiting. That is not why we are here. That is not why we are here. Hi. Oh, Jibel, hi. Okay, GM. Hi, Witty. Beautiful. It's officially 6 p.m. W's in the chat. I want to see some fire emojis. It's time. And hi. Let me officially welcome you to the SuperteamNG Wrapped 2025. Now it's going to be vibes. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be reviews. It's going to be recaps. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a banger. Like a banger. It's going to be sweet. All right. So we've had an amazing year. But first, before I get right into our details, let me reintroduce myself. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Goddess. Goddess, not goodness, not godness or anything. Hi, I'm Goddess, and this is the last call of the year where we are going to be reviewing every little thing. Not the majority, the highlights of the year. And I have a little surprise for you guys. But before that, I want to see the excitement. You know, we always say the chat is the secret sauce. It's now that you people are supposed to show me that the chat is the secret sauce. Start now to show me that the chat is the secret sauce. I want to hear, how has the year been for you? You say you can't see my left. Which one is my left face, for goodness? How's the year been for you? How has 2025, how has Super Team NG impacted you in 2025? Oh God, that's sweet. How Super Team impacted you in 2025? For me personally, I got to host a few events, and it's I also got to host the calls, and it's been a very good one. And I really is yeah, what a year. What a year. What a year is the best way to describe it. Like honestly, it's been a wonderful year. As for what's in the bag behind me, it could be your surprise. Don't worry, it may be the surprise. But is it only what a year that we are going with? Nobody is coming up with exciting something. That Web3 girl says, I am new to Super Team. How am I just seeing? You're still early. You're always early. You are always early. Don't worry. Welcome to Super Team officially. We can't wait to show you what's that. Okay. We to say Alhamdulillah for everything. Sugar says the year has been amazing. Mide says what a year. Web3 Tio says it's been an amazing year. Okay, okay. Super Team impacted you. All right, I want to hear how. Yeah, internet account. All right, don't worry. Say you see the let's not talk about the market, please. Let's not talk about it. But I like the reviews so far. I like the reviews. So this is Ooh! Okay. So W's in the chat because I like this design. This is the end of the year roundup. As you can see, we have all the pictures and all the milestones that we hit this year. And I am really excited to be doing this with you guys. I have a special guest for you already, and well, we'll call them special guests. As those W's are in the chat, allow me to bring up two very important people to the stage. As those W's are coming, welcome our country leads, Nzube and Harry Ubi. Yes, where's my where are my sounds? Hi Zubi. Oh, Harry, I can see you, but I think your mic and your camera is not connected. Ah,
How's everybody doing?
everybody's fine. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well. It's going good. Thank you so much. Okay, I think I can see Harry now. But I can't add him. Harry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but we can't see you. Okay, it's loading now.
Um,
Yay! Okay. Enough excitement. All right. And people are going, okay, you know what? Let me show the comments so everybody can see it. Everybody is going, says Harry in Purple. Yes, we have our two country leads here with us. All right, so you know what? Let's just get right into it. You already know I've done the introduction. You guys know what we are here for. So Harry, Zubi, it's so good to have you on the call today. So we are going to be doing this end of the year thing where you guys are going to be taking us through the year in review from January to December. We'd like to hear how it's been. So we're going to start right off with our GDP, which was one of the biggest milestones that we hit this year. All right, so we crossed $1 million in community GDP. This question is going to be to both of you. So I mean, you can just also hear the two sides. All right. So we crossed $1 million in community GDP, which still tingles my body. Yes. So it's really excited the community. So now, was that a projection you guys saw coming at the beginning of the year? Was it something that was a set target for you?
So yes, the simple answer is yes, right? But at the same time, it was a crazy target. I mean, we actually went back and forth on it, but the beautiful thing about what we all do at Super Team, what I and Harry do is we set targets that look crazy from the outsiders, right? But internally, we know what we're capable of. But most importantly, we know what our community is capable of, right? And it was a target, and we actually set it, right? And I mean, seeing it happen now is very interesting. I mean, did we know we're going to hit it as fast as possible? Not really, but then again, I mean, you have to set targets that are scary for you to be able to achieve something that is truly interesting. But that's it for me. Yeah.
Okay, okay, excited. All right, Harry, from you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What was the question?
Okay, so I wanted to know like the projection. I mean, Zubi has pretty much broken it down, but I wanted to know if it the 1 million target was a projection that you guys saw at the beginning of the year, and how that's how that shaped out.
Yeah, I think we ended 2024 with about $300,000 in GDP or $400,000 in GDP.
I think 320 something.
320 something. Oh yeah. So my realistic target was we would 2x that, which means that we would land at around $700,000 in GDP. And for those of you that are new joining us, GDP is the sum total, the entire amount of money that members have earned doing stuff in the Solana ecosystem. So that is pretty substantial. So for me, we're going to do about 700 grand, and that would be a success, right? Doubling down our GDP from last year. But Zubi said he's shooting for 1.5 million dollars. I was like, guy, calm down. From where to where, right? But yeah, when we hit $1 million, it was a shocker to all of us. Shows that the community has reached a stage where um, a lot of people are becoming more productive. They're winning more hackathons, they're getting more jobs, they're winning more bounties, right? And the year hasn't ended, and we're currently at, I think, almost 1.2, which means that we're even way closer to Zubi's target than we are to the target that I personally set, right? So we do not expect it. I do not expect it, rather. But I'm glad and I'm proud that we were able to achieve it because, like I said, it shows that we've done a good job of attracting a lot of high quality talents that are now winning bounties, getting jobs, winning hackathons, and generally being productive in the Solana ecosystem. So yeah.
Okay, okay, sounds good. I mean, we already 3x that from last year, and we started this year in January with 422, and already we are hitting million. Like the gap, the margin was really crazy. All right, good to know. Let's get over to the next question. Next question is going to be about jobs. Now, a lot of Super Team NG members, like a couple of them, as we can see, have gotten some jobs with some of the biggest ecosystem projects in Nigeria. So how would you say this has shaped the Solana ecosystem in Nigeria?
Okay, so I mean, the first things first. We preach jobs like a religion, right? We preach it because economic independence is the best thing you can do for anybody, right? And the more we have multiple sources of money coming in, I mean, it's something that I and Harry go through all the time, which is we always want our organics to be way higher than our inorganics. So inorganics are like grants and the things that are come from the foundation. Organics are basically jobs, hackathons, things that our members actually go out to get, right? And we did set a target for jobs, right? One of the challenges is that for jobs, it is very hard for people to report because of things like black tax, and you don't want to tell people to know how much you're earning. However, we did set a target for jobs and we're pushing hard on it. And I mean, this list kind of shows that there were people in our internal team, but there were also people from the outside, right? That kind of hit it really good on jobs. And we're hoping to at least record more of it, but also push way more for it. right? But
Okay.
on the job side, yes, it was really good. Yeah, but I'd let Harry kind of throw more light on that.
All right. Okay. So Harry, yes, please you.
Again, you have to actually
Okay.
ask the question
Okay,
so that
okay,
yeah.
okay. All right. So again, so Zubi has actually highlighted the jobs part, like other people apart from even the internal team, getting jobs and it being a target. So I want to hear from your perspective how this has I'm so sorry about this. How this has shaped the Solana ecosystem in Nigeria.
Yeah. Um, I mean, it has shaped us tremendously well. The impact, us even trying to gone for these jobs, right? Um, there's an area that we think we lack in our ecosystem, generally that we lack in our ecosystem, which is funding. Venture capital funding isn't coming into the country as much as we love to, right? There's so many other areas that we think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But one area we know that Nigerians have tremendous opportunity to hit that target and hit that mark was in getting jobs, right? So we set out to um, try to create an enabling environment for one, Nigerians to get jobs in the Solana ecosystem, but also for projects in the Solana ecosystem to find Nigerian talents appealing um, and, and ecosystem generally appealing enough to want to hire from our local ecosystem, right? So we set out to deploy a lot of strategies to achieve this. Um, First, Witty. Witty had been doing stuff for Soflare, but Soflare was really growing in the country. So we woke up one day and just said, you know what, Soflare needs to finally hire somebody full time to drive all of the um, growth operations for this wallet in Nigeria, right? So we had a meeting with them. There are a lot of other things that we discussed. But one before we ended, one of the other things we said was, "Hey guys, you're doing amazing well already. Lots of people are going to use Soulfly in Nigeria. The Soulfly community is growing, right? Instead of getting somebody over there to just coordinate or try to manage things that are happening in the country, the best way you guys to have your man on the ground, have your hands on the ground. That will help you not only organize the community, but also be responsible for driving wallet download, wallet usage, whatever metric is very important to you guys. And they're like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And they agreed with us. And after a couple of weeks, they came back and said, okay, they were going to engage with you on the full time. And I mean, you can see the work that VT has been doing for Souffle in the country. I remember that we, I forgot where we went to when we were in Abu Dhabi, right? But we're coming back, and then Zubi saw a video of the co-founder, CEO of Souffle at the lobby. I was like, that no video. We are no kukuma good with faces, but Zubi recognized him, and we went to meet him, and we just discussing about Soulflare, the product announcement that they had. So were able to see. We knew that the card was coming and the Soulflare hard wallet was coming before you normies knew, right? So
Wow, wow, no me's now. Okay.
so lead privilege, right? Um, and at the moment we shifted to talking about Soulflare's operations in Nigeria, video was with the head of growth. The moment we mentioned BT, their
They
eyes lit.
melted. They melted. The two of them melted.
Their eyes lit up. In fact,
Yeah.
the moment I saw that, I took out my phone. I started texting with while we're having a
Oh,
conversation. That
Yeah.
these guys would
Mm,
really love you and respect the work that you're doing, right? So,
mm,
so that is that Nigerian drive and Nigerian spirit,
mm,
right? All we need is just an opportunity,
mm.
and we'll break our backs to see that
Definitely.
succeed. And you
Yeah.
can see the amazing work that Duke also is doing for Jupiter, right? I don't start going into nitty gritties
Yeah.
of the mountain that Duke has been doing for Jupiter, right? But Jupe Nigeria, Jupe Africa, they've grown really well. The last campaign had over $50 million in trading volume within within a month period, right? There's also Rock. Rock got his job from Super Team N. He jumped on a bounty, and after the bounty, the Rock guys, the cast guys reached out to him and said, "Yo, we want you." And I've been with them for over 1 year, right? He was in Japan with them. They flew into Japan, forgetting the other country that he was in. I think Argentina with them also, right? I mean, that shows you the opportunities that are available on Solana for Nigerians. I mean, we talk about Crego almost every week. Crego is a new entrant into the global ops gig role, but he's doing an amazing job, right?
I
Crego
mean,
and Ed
let me
as a
even kind of jumping into the Krego one. I was at Med Derby, and same thing Harry was talking about with Witty. The way they respect Krego there, it's like it warms my heart. I was even literally sitting down there, and I actually texted him, and I was like, "I'm super proud of you," because I mean, everybody from the number 2 to number 3 to everybody's like, "Oh, Krego." It's like you guys are capable of so much, right? I mean, just to even touch on the Witty zone, the drive the Nigerians have is the audacity is just out of this world. Witty was at the airport in Lagos and his visa wasn't out. I mean, for context, like that gives you context of
Are you
what's like.
serious?
I mean, in the chat, ask him. Like Harry literally, if not that he was wearing his jalabia, Harry would have literally found a place to pray and make this thing happen, right? Because we're all on our like on the edge. But you know, that's the thing. We're also there when they saw him for the first time, right? Like it was crazy, you know, that the noise was so is you guys are capable of so much, right? If you just like Harry said, apply yourself, be audacious, just be audacious, right? And we will do everything we have to do to kind of get you people the roles that you need.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying, right? It's we can see the impact of his contributions already. Even before Met Derby, he got $26,000 a contributor. The word of $26,000 a contributor to Meteora, right? $26,000 is how much? Please do that calculation real
Oh
quick.
my God,
Honestly,
please.
Somebody do that calculation.
that was somewhere close to like 40
I've,
million.
I don't want to do that
that's
calculation.
that's 40 million naira. 40 million naira is a lot of money, right? All I've been doing is just contributing to Meteora's growth. And like Zubi said, I wasn't at Met Derby, but Zubi was there. And the respect, the acknowledgement that he got on the global stage by a multi-billion-dollar company, it's amazing, right? First of all, it shows the quality of talents that is present in the Super Team Nigeria community, but it also shows that Nigerians are beginning to um, um, make a name for themselves in this global Solana ecosystem. One of the things that we're very proud of is just to change the perception that Solana ecosystem that has about Nigerians. Before, I mean, people would tell you that were here before Super Team that if you DM the Solana project that you wanted to work with them and that you're Nigerian, they would instantly block you with their official handle, right? That is changing. You tell a Solana ecosystem project or even somebody from the foundation that you Super Team Nigeria member, they're open to listening to you, right? So that is the impact of Super Team Nigeria when it comes to getting jobs, helping people to get jobs. And we're very proud of again, these are just the 4 people that we decided to highlight. There's so many people. Every 2 steps we took at that reported at jobs. Every 2 steps we took at Breakpoint in Abu Dhabi. There's a founder that would tell us, "Hey, I have some Nigerians in my team." Right? So there's so many Nigerians that are doing amazing stuff in the Solana ecosystem that have gotten jobs. So many, trust me, you have no idea. But yeah, these are just the ones we wanted to highlight today.
Okay, first of all, my calculator broke when we talked about those figures. But yes, these people had actually did really amazing work. So shout out to Witty, shout out to the comments are already going crazy. It's all of this. I mean, there's no it's in fact that Witty, Duke, Crego, these guys and more are doing great work in the community. So yeah, shout out to you guys. All right, let's go over to the one of our we good? Can you still hear me? You
Yeah,
guys
we
can still hear me?
can.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
lost you. I think I lost you for it. All right, let's move over to product. So product, well, with the fact status today, not to this year. So in terms of products, our revenue generating products and all of that, I mean, we hear almost every day. We Nectify, we hear neighbor, we hear, just a lot of that. In terms of that, let's talk about power sports and how Team NG supported these founders up to the point where they start generating revenue.
Okay, so when it comes to that, the revenue part for our founders, it was a very clear stance in the way we positioned at the beginning of the year that we would make it openly clear that we support founders who are revenue generating, because that was where we figured that we'll have better better upside, right? So the stance was very clear. We told everybody, we pushed it even by selecting the people that were going to talk on stage for Startup Village. It was very clear. And the thing with our community is that the very moment people sense that this is actually where the stand is, that almost every other thing is noise. And if you're revenue generating and you're reporting your numbers, it's signal. Everybody kind of also prioritize that. The founders prioritize that, right? And the same thing with competition. Once you prioritize it and there are people in your own space, you want to outdo them, right? So that is something that we carefully did. We positioned towards that, right? And we actually reinforced that along the way. So I think everything kind of people kind of arranged into that stance.
Okay, all right. So Harry, I would like you to expand further on that, if you. Wait for you. You can hear me.
Why
Yeah?
the stammer? Why this? Yeah, I can hear you. Why the stammer?
I'm not stammering now. Ah, Jesus. No, I would like you to expand. I think I don't know. I'm just hoping that it's not my network that is breaking in this thing. So expand further on that. Like we've had product grants, the guild calls, founders retreat. Zubi, I was even expecting you more on Fish Clinic stuff because that was your brainchild. But let's hear from Harry. I'll still come back to you. So Harry, please.
Yeah, I think we should take it one after the other, the line items, right? So maybe Zubi would take product grants. I'll do product lead calls. Zubi take ignition. I'll do founders retreats. Then does that make sense?
I
Okay,
think that
okay,
works. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one that you're comfortable speaking. Yeah.
Okay,
So
fine.
okay.
you want to start with product grants, like so
Yeah.
so how what was the effect of this grant on product growth? Remember that at the beginning of the year, we literally didn't have one product that had done $1 in transaction. Again, I need you to listen to this. There was no products that had done $1 Nigerian product that is that had done $1 in transactions. Now we have products that are doing millions of dollars in transactions, right? So, what was the effect of the grant? How did that? What was the strategy around that? And then we continue the conversation.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, the thing with so this is something about us in Nigeria here is we do not treat it as grants per se. We actually have the same scrutiny as though we were actually writing a check or an angel check, right? And the idea is the founders need to understand and they need to start training themselves that every check they caught from an investor has some KPIs and some milestones required. And the advantage we have is that we have some BD prowess that we could actually suggest some milestones that actually help the founders navigate very well so that at least they can position themselves properly. So the grants was basically around one of the things that made the grants successful, at least for the founders that really deployed it, is that there were no milestone fluff in what they were submitting. It's like this is actually what we think the market should be, and based on what you're building, right? These are the kind of milestones that would actually make sense, right? So it's going through all those things, tracking the KPIs. I mean, some of you would have started seeing the grant videos coming out from some of our recipients, right? So it was mostly that from the products from the grant side. that they understood exactly how to kind of grow the company and what the resources was for, right? That helped a great deal because anybody could write a grant and set any KPI and go and build nonsense and come back, right? But they understood that it was you do this based on this KPIs, you kind of move to the next level. So that's it on that part. Yeah.
Okay. Harry, you want to take product guild calls? You're muted.
Yeah, I think Zubi should take the product guild call, and then I'll take Ignition.
Okay.
Zubi?
So, all right.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think the best person that would have taken the guild call is actually Ashley, right, and Lily. However, I'll take it. But shout out to Ashley and Lily. They did an amazing. Well, Ashley for the longest time, right? Then Lily, amazing job, right? So the whole idea behind the product guild calls was basically let all the founders show up every week, right, and deliberate on the things that are having problems with and talk about their products and get feedback from their peers, right? Because this is actually the beauty of community. Some people don't understand that for the most part, the thing that founders suffer the most is actually building in isolation, being lonely, not actually being able to share their ideas. We come from a market where sharing your ideas looks like weakness, right? However, the more you share your ideas, the more you de-risk it, the more you don't spend 4 months and make a bloody mistake, right? So the protocols were very instrumental to increasing the quality of what is coming out. I mean, people do not understand that some of the founders aren't even founders, but in the space of 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, they are basically speaking language like customer acquisition cost, LTV. They understand what the burn rate is, like all those sort of things, right? And just being able to do that for our founders and getting them to build products that are rivaling big companies with big money that went to Ivy League schools is no small feat, right? And that is something that the product guild course really did. It's like the talent we are growing them at a very incredible rate, right? At a very incredible rate, at a very incredible speed too. So that's basically what it did. But then again, I always say shout out to Ashley, fantastic job. Shout out to Lily, came in a little bit later, but fantastic job, right? So that's that, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right, Harry. I think now you're taking Ignition. So let's hear how Ignition supported and also the founders retreat. That's what happened in Apex. So we'll take Ignition first.
Yes. So a bit of context. Ignition is sort of this in-house, what should I call it now? Accelerator that is organized by Super Team Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Team Singapore, where some of the best teams from Solana, budding teams, young teams from Solana, would be invited to Singapore to spend a few weeks, a week plus, building from Super Team Singapore office, refining their pitch deck and their ideas. And at the end of it, they would get to pitch to some of the biggest venture capitalists and angel investors in the Solana ecosystem, right? So Ignition has traditionally had people like Balaji. Balaji is a big name in the angel investing space, the crypto space. Used to work at Coinbase, was responsible for launching USDC. He now runs Network Stakes. So people like Balaji have consistently come for Ignition. So the past few editions, we've not had any team that was high quality enough to make it, right? But that changed this year. For the first time, we had two teams joining Ignition. One was River Finance, and the other one was Vexio Protocol, right? So it's a big deal having to fly out two of your top teams to go and pitch in front of the ecosystem's top VCs. Again, this is not an opportunity that comes to a lot of people. It doesn't not an opportunity you'd find in many other ecosystems. This is very rare, right? We're very proud that not only now that do we have teams that are able to make it ignition, but the fact that we're able to even help them process everything from visa flight, whatever it is, to ignition, right? So Visa
Okay.
Protocol went there, Reba went there. It was a very good experience. There were early discussions from some VCs and angels that wanted to invest. Again, sometimes they would say no to you, but next 1 year they'd be like, "Hey, what's up? I was thinking about you." So it's usually an ongoing
I
conversation.
was thinking
But
about.
there's,
Okay.
but there's a lot of interest in River Finance and Vexi Protocol, right? So that communicated to us that we've gotten to that inflection point where we've gotten to that point where we're beginning to churn out like really good quality products. And since then, Vexi Protocol has now built a product that is already tapped into the fee layer, right? There's so many other businesses that are now using Vexi Protocol to supercharge their loyalty programs, and these guys print fees every second, right? There's no need for them to shout because they're more focused on B2B and people. They basically print fees, right?
Okay.
Same with River Finance. I think um, at the time they went to Ignition, they were, I don't think they had done up to $5 million. Right now, they've done. We will announce that numbers later. They've done substantial amounts
Yeah.
since then, right? The next
Okay.
one, we also had a team from Nigeria, which was Aza, right? Aza got in. Aza wasn't in our radar at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that I met them at an event and they said they got into Ignition. So it was a surprise to me, right? Eventually, when the Ignition guys needed to do their final due diligence, they reached out to us and said, "Oh, do we know these other guys?" And we're like, "Oh, yeah, we know them." Again, before you get into Ignition, you have to be approved by your local super team, right? So it was, but by then I already had a discussion with the other team and told them, okay, we'll find a way to support they're going. So when the final approval acts came, we're like, oh, yo, these guys integrated Solana. They've come to Startup Village. They're doing fairly good Solana numbers. We think they're a good option to go to Ignition, right? That was how this happened, right? So yeah, we've gotten to that point where we'll be sending out more quality teams to Singapore, to Ignition to go and represent us and speak to the ecosystem's top VCs and angels. So yeah, that's about Ignition. For
Okay.
Founders Retreats happened in South Africa, just off the side of Solana Apex in Cape Town. We flew out 10 founders to Founders Retreat. It was a good experience for them. Our founders were able to interact with more experienced founders, right? So founders like LB Spay, founder of LB Spay, founder of Fiat Router, Riba Finance was there, Vexit Protocol was there, a
I
few
was
other
also there in
founders were
spirit.
there. So the experience they got interacting with more experienced founders that are bidding on Solana was a game changer for them. Patchcat was also there. I remember they came back and they were like, okay, like we're no longer playing anymore, right?
Like,
We're now in the Champions League, right? We're now competing with other products in the ecosystem. That was the effect that founders retreat in Apex had. And like I said when I was talking about Ignition, we're also proud to have flown out 10 founders to South Africa to go be part of this really good global ecosystem. Pockets, global ecosystem. We were doing it before it became cool and before other ecosystems started doing theirs, right? So it's something that we're really proud of. So yeah.
okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. As I said, I was there in spirit. The founders retreat. I was the one just taking pictures. I was there in spirit. But Ignition sounded. We saw Emeka and Donatus go and represent us on a global stage, and it was really really nice in front of Balaji. So Ignition, yes, and also the founders retreat was a very good one. So Zobi, let's have you with Peace Clinic. Fish Clinic was your brainchild, and 5 weeks of intense training and pitching. All right, so how was that for you?
Well, so first things first, it's a collective effort, to be honest, right? It's just that we noticed that we had a communication problem. And also, I always come back to this. We tend to be too hard on ourselves, right? Being able to have people come out from universities and now be good enough to start pitching to investors in the space of a year is ludicrous, is madness, right? But we only do mad things here at Super Team Nigeria. So it was something that we kind of understood that we needed. And we said, you know what, let's bring all our the founders, right? Because the point is you're going to be able to see the good founders, the ones that show up, right? So it was open initially. It was for hackathon submissions and all those sort of things. But eventually we got to the point where around like 40, 45, 50 founders showed up to all the classes, did all the pitches, right? The idea was, let us get them to the point where they can communicate their products. Let's get them to the point where they can. I see a lot of people saying Pitch Clinic really helped. It's thanks to everybody that actually came to the classes, because even the videos online is not just the video of one person talking, but it's a video of the founders also interacting, sharing their ideas, coming training on pitching every week, right? Because there's something we also did, which is we forced everybody to send a voice recording of themselves, a 3-minute voice recording of themselves before the pitch. The reason we did this was we are very practical as Super Team, right? And we need you to understand that it's about communication. So you cannot say you are building something, but you're not saying it. Like you guys always see Harry go band for band with everybody, because the point is he understands the value of a voice. You cannot have a product and not have a voice. Your voice must be there. So we built on some of those things, which is, let us hear you speak. If you stammer, we can correct it. If you run over your words, we can correct it, right? Podge Crip says the playlist is like a dictionary for me. Oh, that's so sweet. So we're going to do more of that, right? And the whole idea was, let's take that and improve everybody's ability to pitch, to communicate, right? And the more you do it, the better you get at it. It's muscle memory, right? So that's what we did. We finally ended up with 10 founders who came to Abuja, stayed for like a week, worked on their demo. Basically, they were actually there in front of everybody, right? So, and like everybody said on the chat, it actually did help, and we're going to do way more of that, right? Harry is going to take some of you guys in the coming year around comms, around marketing, around storytelling, right? Because we're still going to get to that for what we have for next year, but we're going to pull out the heavy guns because we're going towards a different direction as a community, as founders, as people looking for work. So, but that's basically it. It's like work on your voice, get better at your voice so that people can actually know what it is you're selling. Not the person will build app, go win. The person will talk within a build, go win. So that's basically it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm a testimony of Pitch Clinic. I would say alumni here. My alma mater. It was a really good one. So Pitch Clinic, Pitch Clinic was really really good. But right now, if I go into it now, we will not enter. So Harry, I would like you to take hacker hostels. We had 3 hacker hostels this year. We had in Lagos, we had Imo, and we had in Akwa Ibom. So please, coach, just throw more lights on how the hacker hostels helped.
Yes. So for us, it was important that that we avoid this mistake that many other we've seen companies do it, we've seen ecosystems do it, right? Where you concentrate all your activities in Lagos, and if you want to do anything at most, you go to, I don't know, Abuja or wherever. But it's important that we considered builders from other regions, right? Because Nigeria there are 6 states, there are amazing builders in Lagos, but there are also amazing builders in Borno, in Akwa Ibom, in Imo, right? So that was what bettered the hacker hostels that happened in Imo and Akwa Ibom at first, right? It was during the last hackathon, it was a good experience. I remember in one of the blockchain group that I'm in, one of the really called them loud voices of big names in Akwa Ibom was like wrote an entire long message just thanking Super Team Nigeria for bringing that kind of opportunity to Akwa Ibom, because you don't see those kind of opportunities in places like that, right? But the truth is, Uyo and Akwa Ibom has a very high concentration of developers and very good founders, right? So why should everything you're doing be happening in Lagos, mostly, right? So that was the idea. Until they were seeing the impact. Some of our really good developers, founders are based in Akwa Ibom. Imo State guys also have a lot of really good young developers that are doing amazing stuff. Either big products that are constantly winning bounties and hackathons, right? And it wasn't just those states, but like the states around them, like Benin obviously joined Akwa Ibom, Edo, Benin joined Akwa Ibom guys. I think the Port Harcourt Rivers people also joined the Imo people, right? So that was the whole thinking behind it, and the lessons were really impactful. The teachings, being in the midst of other builders, learning how they're approaching products development was also eye-opening for other younger developers, right? Because you had a mix of good experienced developers that had revenue-generating products, and also younger products that were still upcoming, right? Being in the same space with these people was eye opening for a lot of the especially younger teams. For the Lagos one, which happened the last one, we basically just brought in some of our top products, and again, as usual, the experience from learning. I mean, Kryptonia was there. Kryptonia has done over $6 million in TVL. The app that it launched this year has already crossed, I think, 500K. There are other people that are also young. So having to learn from Kryptonia, for example, was a good experience. So it's something that I think that we will continue to do, take the Aka hostels to other regions, because we at Super Team believe that talents and crypto activity shouldn't be concentrated in just Lagos and Abuja alone. So yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you. That was a good one. Yeah. Personally, I was at the Emo Hacker Hostel, and I can say for a fact that it was really, really good, especially during the breakout hackathon. So, okay, good one on that. And finally, Zubi, let's have you on build stations, because we did a lot of build stations, and yeah, in Abuja, there were a lot of build stations. So, how did build stations impact the founders in your community, and all, in fact, all the build stations that we possibly had this year?
Okay, so first things first, build stations are something we do a lot, right? Especially around hackathon periods. And the beauty of build stations is people build in isolation. And when they have the opportunity to come together, right, things actually happen. Because I remember in Abuja once, we had David, right, building. And he was building something, but he had the best part of the product inside and had the weakest part of the product on the outside. And we basically just told him, we didn't even add anything, just said, remove this, make this the front. And he did that and won a sidetrack that year, right? Just by that alone, right? He was integrating something, but he didn't even know that there was a sidetrack for it. So it is this melting pot where you share ideas, right? Same one, the one that happened in Owerri, right? A lot of people came together. There's always alpha that you think you know, that when you meet people, it changes, right? But also, there's something we also kind of say a lot about IRLs, which is in real life events, is that you want the bonds to get stronger. And the only way it gets stronger is by actually seeing other people in real life, right? So the build stations really helps based on helping people fine tune, making sure that there are honest opinions you can listen to, because they're also building with you in the trenches as well, right? And you can make more lasting friends. You can change teams, right? You can get better at it, right? So that's it. I mean, there are many. There's some cases of build stations where you see people that were working on different projects together finally come together and decide to build one that is actually stronger. So I mean that's what I can actually say about build stations. It's been foundation for everything that we do, and it's something that would always keep happening, right?
Okay, okay, thank you. And that's a lot for this founder support. I mean, you can see this and say our founders won't win, which brings me to the next slide, which are some of our revenue generating products. So, Harry, you're going to be taking this one. For instance, I know Viva, based off of the product grants, got to this point. So, please, could you tell us more about how some of these projects started hitting these milestones?
Yeah, I mean, River is founded by Emeka. Emeka is an OG Solana builder. I think he's the most experienced Solana builder founder in our ecosystem. I've known Emeka since my early days in crypto. He started out building ScaleX. So he's quite experienced, right? So his growth is not surprising because he has built a lot of modes and has experience with these things, right? So River hitting $23 million in TVP is no shocker, right? Yeah, he started by winning a Solana hackathon last year. After a handful of refining his product, um, um, there's a lot of obviously strategies and tips that he got from Zuby and BD team. And I mean the growth is not surprising, and um, he knows where his customers are. Like I said, sometimes the customers are not on Twitter, right? So he knows where his
Okay.
customers are, and he has gone there to meet his customers. So the numbers are not surprising, right?
Okay.
I know they're doing a 2025 wrap. So I don't want to spill a lot of things, right? So let's follow Uber Finance, and they share
Don't
details of how
spill.
they're able to achieve a lot of this. But yeah, we're very proud that a product from Super Team Nigeria can start by winning a hackathon and go on to process over $20 million in transactions, right? So
Okay.
I'm really
All
proud of
right.
that. Yes.
Thank God for Riva. Yes, I would. I mean, Riva has done impressive numbers. I think I agree with you when you're saying that he's one of the most experienced Solana builders. All right, Zui, I want you to take this one, Nectify, because Abuja community, you are kind of personally involved. So I want you to talk about Nectify's growth from inception up to now.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing with Nectify is that it's an amazing team, right? It's an amazing team, and people don't even remember that Danny used to work for Foundation, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Danny was Danny D God back in the day, right? I mean, people don't even know that, right? So he is proper proper DeFi, like he's gone through all the trenches. He's figured out everything that is fundamentally broken. He, I mean, they always say the ones who should lead are the ones who don't want to, right? He was literally forced to build Netlify because everything to him was broken, right?
Oh,
And he linked up with Emeka and sorry, with Emmanuel, and they built something truly amazing, right? And they kept their numbers hidden for the longest time because they wanted to build a perfect product and everything. And we kept telling them, listen, you would have to spill these numbers so that the community can come in, right? But then again, Danny is already a community person, so that comes without even asking. But from a product point of view, they have built a whole lot of software, right? And they've also gone for their customers where their customers are, right? They've done, I mean, even the way they report their numbers is also very interesting, right? They actually report their numbers, the numbers are passed through a bridge. So it's like it's numbers without the vanity metrics. But they have been grinding, they've built an amazing product, right? That is now finally beginning to kind of catch on. They have savings. I mean, we always keep saying this, even when we pitch them outside, we always make it clear for people to understand they built a savings product in a low trust environment, right? And that says something, right? There have been runners, there were honorary mentions, the last two hackathons, right? They got to call this hackathon, right? So, I mean, even their peers that basically submitted with them at the same time, some of them are not even existing anymore. So it's an amazing product. I mean, I know some people in the chat will probably already have like Netlify accounts, right? So, I mean, it is an amazing savings product. It's an amazing investment product, right? Now, I mean, they're working on it. I don't know if they've announced it, but I mean, we're all family here, so we might as well be able to say it. You can now buy stocks on Nectify, right? And that just tells you something, right? So, I mean, just install the app, to be honest, right? And let's see, like, let's have them cook.
Yeah,
But
they
that,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, let me add to that. So just today, they just announced that they're now in beta. Again, they've been only existing for 5 months, and they've done almost two
Yes,
million dollars, right?
yeah,
I've been using the beta on. It's currently they just announced it today. It's
yeah,
currently on Android. I've been using the beta. I've explored. I've done a bit of transaction. What they're building is basically new bank, right? But they're building it from first principle um, 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 sector, right? So this is a team that has experience in DeFi, Solana DeFi, and they're getting a lot of interest, like Zubi said. They got honorary mentions from Coliseum the last time. They were also invited into they had a meeting with the Coliseum Accelerator team. And the growth has just been they got into SES Dubai. Doesn't know whether apply to go to SES Dubai, but he got in to the final day to demo, right? Unfortunately, because of visa restrictions, he couldn't be there, right? But again, what does that communicate? Which is like the most important thing to take out of the discussion is that the quality of our products are improving tremendously, and products like Netlify are leading this charge. So if you have Android, please go to Nectify handle right now. You can get an invite link and then test out the products. Give them your feedback. Next year is going to be a really big year for Nectify, and I can't wait for everybody to experience what these amazing guys have built.
Where I'm going to go and invest my money, Sha. Where I that stocks, I've been looking at stocks, and now I know where my money is going to enter. Okay, let's talk Patch Cash. Patch Cash. Who should I give this to? I think I'll give this to Harry. Harry, I think I'll ask you about Patch Cash. Although, I mean, just a speed run. I mean, their numbers are already speaking a lot for them. So yeah, Patch Cash growth. And a lot of, I think almost everybody in the community has used Patch Cash. So let's talk about their growth, how they've come to these numbers.
Yes, I mean, Pascal was built from from the pain points of the founder Tochi, right? And I mean, it's a product that's really loved in the community. Like you need to go read you need to go watch the videos of the recap created, the 2025 wrap, SuperteamNG Wrap created by the content creators, by our content creators. There's so many things I've forgotten that I even learned from. For example, podcast was only doing 4 transactions before Startup Village. We'll get to that before Startup Village. After Startup Village, they started doing much more transactions, right? Up to the point now that they've done 500K in TVP, and currently they only service just a limited number they have limited number of features and only service Solana. Next year, there's talks of expansion, right? So I'm looking forward to them going into other ecosystems, other chain, expanding there, and also growing for there. So $500,000 is in crypto. We are sport, so we might look at it as just a baby number. But it's a big deal for a product that only started this year, right? They've also had 2,000 users and 25,000 transactions. A lot of the transactions are microtransactions. So, I mean, Tochi is also a former hackathon winner, won the Solana hackathon in
our first hackathon actually.
our first hackathon winner in a product. And so it's exciting to see how he has reinvented himself, built out another product. And yeah, we're bullish on his growth. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done, obviously. But again, these numbers are not baby numbers, and we're very proud of them.
Okay, beautiful. Just what? Just Pajit. Yes, some people are saying that Uncle Toshi, actually, Pastor Uncle Toshi is a witch because that thing is magic. Like, pa, pa, pa. You pass, and that's how our money used to finish in this community. Okay, so these are major, like three of them, Reba, Nectify, Paj, have been majorly building majorly on Solana. Now let's talk about one that is multi-chain, Kryptonia. I think Harry is going to take this one again because I mean Cryptodia, also your community member, and So you have been following their growth really closely. So can we let's talk about Kryptonia.
Yeah, I mean, Timmy I've known Timmy for a while. Very hardworking guy. I think it comes with marriage, right? Once you don't marry, you don't get picky. You pay school fees.
Sharp.
Nobody, nobody could tell you you don't work hard, right? so,
We don't
so,
allow
uh,
oppression
Tim-
for.
so Timmy's work rate is amazing. I'm not even shocked at his numbers. I knew when he just launched the app, and funny story. When he started, BSC was the most used chain on Solana, on Kryptonia, right? Right now, Solana is overwhelmingly the most used chain. So he's a super team member, comes to our calls. I mean, maybe a bit biased, but there's no air of arrogance around Timmy. He's ready to help super team Nigeria members. He comes to the call.
Very true, actually.
He's always there, right? There are founders that want us to come and worship them because they're very technical. They want us to come and beg them, right? We've passed that stage. Maybe in the first 3 months we would do that, right? But Timmy is not one of them. Timmy was with us at the All White Mixer. He was with us at the Summit. He was with us at the B station, right? So I'm not shocked at the product is amazing, right? I use the OTC channel, so the volume that I do with Kryptonia is not even captured in, okay, maybe it's captured in on-chain volume, but it's not captured in like the app transactions. I do a lot of my really big transactions on Kryptonia because they're very fast, they're very reliable. So yeah, really proud of them. They also have a very good product, and Solana is the most used chain on Kryptonia. And currently, there's another feature that they just started, that they just launched. I don't remember the feature right now, but it's only also available on Solana, right? So we're very proud of Timmy. They've also expanded into other chains. Yeah, we hope that they continue to grow. So please, if you've not used Kryptonia, please download Kryptonia and check them out.
All right, all right. So let me just do a brief recap. So Reba has done $23 million in TVP. We've had Nectify with almost 2 million in TVP and over 200k AUM. That's assets under management. We've had Pash Cash with 500k in TVP and Kryptonia with 755,289 K in on-chain volume. Massive numbers. And shout out to all other founders that we couldn't spotlight. You guys are doing amazing jobs. All right, let's go over to the next. I mean, we have taken a lot on this. Let's talk partnerships. We had a lot of partnerships this year. The most notable was the partnership with the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, especially for Startup Pitch 1.0 and as well as the NIA's blockchain course. So I think what I'll do is, I think Zubi, you take the partnerships, also talk about Startup Pitch 1.0 and then the blockchain course. Then Harry, you would tell us about the Enugu blockchain training hub and also the partnership with the crypto platforms. So Zubi, please, you have the floor. How the partnership, how did it come about? How has that played out?
Okay, so one of the things about Super Team is that it is global, right? It I mean, partnerships happen when you even least expect it, right? So it was something that I mean the ministers people were actually in, I think it was Dubai or something, and they were having a conversation, and it happens that they were having a conversation with Solana people and people that already know us and know our work, right? So they were basically telling them, oh, if you're doing anything, oh, you have to go talk to Super Team, you have to go talk to Super Team Nigeria, you have to go talk to them, right? So that was how we started. Then we took it from there, and we were, I mean, the simplest thing to say is that we were aligned with what the minister wanted to do, right? There were already projects that kind of were in line with what we already do, right? So based on that, we just found like a common ground, and we reached out because you have to understand they have 300 and something thousand people already using their near platform, right? It's a scale, right? And there's also legitimacy with government. So we did the partnership. We had resources based on, I mean, we did a course with them, their first blockchain course, by the way, right? And it's something that Nigerians can actually access, right, directly from the portal, and is a blockchain course that Super Team Nigeria actually helped create. So the pitch startup pitch 1.0 was basically having young people building products coming to pitch their ideas, right, at that level. I mean, on the day of the final pitch, of the final presentation, we had the MD of Nexim Bank, we had um, the DG of SME, we had a lot of dignitaries, right? So it was mostly around, we were aligned with them based on labor, talent, and skill, right? And we just did that partnership, and there's actually way more to come from it, right? So that's basically how that happened. I mean, if Harry wants to kind of chip in a few more things that I missed, he probably should. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Harry, would you like to?
Yeah. Again, it's just that because we're Super Team Nigeria people, we tend to underestimate these things because these things come naturally to us, and we're good at what we do.
Mm.
And do you understand? It's a big deal to it's a big deal for an ecosystem or chain to partner with the federal ministry, a federal ministry. First of all, the government stance is anti-crypto, right? But there's a federal ministry, one of the federal ministries that the the president himself is respected and covered. Now partnering actively with Super Team Nigeria. I mean, we're at the Pitch 101, Pitch 1.0 events. We're sitting in the same space with members of the I mean, Zubi Huang was there, the Nixon Bank CEO was there.
Yes, I mean,
the different ambassadors were there. The people came from the president's office. It was a big deal, right? So partnering with the government is not something that everybody can do or would do, right? So we're proud to have done that, right? Also, Nia's first blockchain course, Zubi said is that we helped to do that. No, we didn't help to do that. We actually did that, right? From scratch. It's the first ever
blockchain. Yes.
Blockchain. It's the first ever blockchain course that this platform that was launched by the president himself would be doing. And it happens to be a course focused on the Solana blockchain, right? Again, like Zubi said, over 300,000 people have used it. So there'll be much more people that are going to use this platform, and they're going to be introduced they're going to be introduced to their first foray, the first entry into crypto is going to be in Solana. And we're very proud to have led that, right? Again, we talk a lot about mass adoption in this space, but these are the kind of moves that actually drive the mass adoption or the adoption that we talk about. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and one of our very own, I mean, GP was also part of that startup pitch. So shout out to GP, shout out to you guys for sponsoring. Like, we saw it and we saw what they did. Okay, now Harry, I want you to also, let's talk about the in the blockchain hub, training hub. I'm still pained that it has not come to my state, but we'll let it go. So it was launched by the State Commissioner of Technology, and I think we partnered with that. So let me hear from you on that. Then we go over to Quidax, Butcher, and the Gerard partnership.
Yes, Enugu State is a very important state for us. In Super Team Nigeria, we've had amazing founders and builders come from Enugu State. Vexel Protocol, Joe, really good state for us. I remember that Enugu State also has a lot of young builders and developers. Generally, I think when you talk about quantity and quality of builders, right? When you talk about Lagos, actually before you talk about Abuja or even Port Harcourt, you actually talk about Enugu, right? So Enugu has a number and they also have the quality. So Enugu is a very important state to us. That's why we knew that it was important that we invest in initiatives like this. And not just in running hackathons and running virtual events, but invest in infrastructure that would help not just build out talents for Solana, but also the blockchain ecosystem generally in Enugu, right? So when the opportunity came for us to invest in this hub, we went all in, right? Invested amounts in the hub, so we're basically co-investors in this space, something we're very proud of. And if you go to the blockchain hub,
Is Harry frozen?
can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep. Yeah, I think so. I think he's rugging. Oof. Okay. You see, when you not bring this thing, for Lagos. when you not bring the blockchain hub to Port Harcourt, this all happens. Networking. Oh, Rain,
Can you guys hear
beautiful.
me? Can you guys hear me?
They have started dragging your states, Harry. Like they're dragging them, dragging Lagos like Jen. They say you people.
Lagos,
You
no, Lagos, know my state to begin with. I'm
Harry,
just a
Harry,
resident there.
rain don't dey fall for Lagos, yeah. Rain dey fall.
No, it's not even rain. So I'm using my phone hotspot, and I'm getting my couple of my friends are calling me. No, I don't use Glow. I use Starlink. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone hotspot, right? But yeah, I keep getting calls. So yeah, so we decided to partner with them, and we go to the blockchain hub office. You see the Super Team Solana logo, something we're very proud of. We've also started doing some trainings in the hub, and the hub is open to other chains, right? So if you're coming from another chain into the blockchain hub, you should be saying thank you the moment you enter that blockchain hub, because we made it possible for every other person to use it, right? It was, yes, still in Enugu State. We were also one of the sponsors of the last Enugu Tech Fest. And I met the Enugu Commission of Science and Technology, and he was just like, "Oh, I've read a lot about you guys, and you guys are doing an amazing work." Shortly afterwards, I was invited to be part of the advisory board for the Enugu Tech Fest that's happening in 2026, right? So it's because of the work that Super Team Nigeria has done in the States, not just sponsoring the event or doing this, but also investing in infrastructure. That's why the state government would say, we want you to come and do stuff with us, be part of our advisory board, right? So that's it. Lots of big announcements also coming up for next year in Enugu. We still want to double down in Enugu with a lot of activities that we have planned out. Yeah, basically about Enugu.
Okay. And I would keep my pain to myself, but amazing work in Enugu. Shout out to Evans and the rest of the team. Okay, so we partnered with some crypto platforms, Quidax, Butcher, Geroid. I mean, these are just a few that we could list here that we are highlighting. All right, so how has this partnership helped our ecosystem, especially in Nigeria?
Is this for me?
Yeah, that's for Harry. Yeah. All right,
Oh
take it.
yeah, that's for you. That's for you.
Again, yeah. Looking at it from the BD perspective, what we do is we drive ecosystem growth for Solana in Africa, right? And if you say you're driving growth for Solana in Africa, it means you want more people to use Solana products or use Solana chain in Africa, right? So in addition to product development, which is building up products like Nectify, like River, like Patch Cash, you also need the established ones to integrate the chain, right? That is where guys like Quidax, Busher, and Geroid come. These are already established players that are already doing millions of dollars of transactions every month. And the fact that these guys are really, have integrated Solana means that Solana are not small, right? It means that they understand that the users on Solana, they understand that the chain is cheap, and is fit for African use cases, right? Again, Quidax and Busher are the only two licensed centralized exchanges in the country. So the fact that they have Solana is a big deal. Gerard also, I chased that guy for the longest time, met him at one of the CVAN events, and we just kept on going back and forth and discussing how integrating Solana, and they're doing really well. G-Ride is also a very big deal. Young guy, small company, but they're force. Doing really good volumes and really good transaction. I think they just announced that they've done. I remember right now, but they did something around last announcement around $700 million in volume for the year. I'm sure that they probably would have almost reached $1 billion in transaction. That is a big deal for a very um, um, small company, right? And these guys have all integrated Solana, so which means that Nigerian users can use Solana on this platform. And I mean, there's a reason why you listen to some skits. You listen to skits from popular Nigerian skit makers, and they talk about Solana, right? It's because of products like this, like because the people, generally Nigerians, not just people in our community or ecosystem, can access Solana via this platform. So it's something that we're very proud of, right? How many? Some of these guys don't have other chains or other competing chains, right? But they all have Solana, and even the big dogs, the cheaper cars, they have Solana. The Grays, they have Solana, and there's so many other amazing products that are coming that are going to be that I've been speaking with that are going to be integrated Solana in the coming months, right? So we're very proud of the partnership, and there'll be more to come in the coming weeks and months.
Okay, okay. I was just reading this. Somebody said even Nigerian songs talk about Solana. Did he rug again? Okay.
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I was just reading this. Okay, and that's it on partnerships. I mean, we have done quite a lot this year. Next up, let's now talk about my favorite part: events. Okay, events were really massive this year. Let's talk events. We are going to this was were really good. Okay, I think Zubi, you will take Startup Village. Let's start with Startup Village Nigeria, because it was one of our first major event of the year. So what were the strategies set out at the beginning, and how has that reflected at the end of the year, from that major event till now?
Okay, so I mean, now in retrospect, we can actually explain it better, right? Startup Village for us was basically our good morning, right? It was our call. It was us basically trying to show everybody else and trying to silence everybody else that had clever clever things to say about us not having products and all those sort of things, right? We wanted to show that not only do we have products, but they ship, right? And they actually generate revenue, right? So, I mean, we had the event in March, right? And we started tracking, beginning of the year, we started tracking revenue, right? We wanted to show that we had products who could actually pitch on stage, who could actually show what they were building on stage, right? And that was the idea. So we set up Village, we showed everybody this is the strength of our community. This is the strength of our talent pipeline. I mean, people do not understand the scale of doing an event in Lagos for 5 days, having breakout sessions for that long, for a week, right? And it was literally full every other day. Like every day was full. So it was us basically having that perfect melting pot for everybody across the country to come together and say, I belong to this community and I can learn more. I can grow. I can meet people I used to only see their profile pictures, right? I mean, we had some of our first set founders taking classes, teaching people. Tochi was there, Alex was there, everybody, right? We had Emeka handling some of the listening to some of the classes, giving advice. So it was the very first one. It was the one that I and Harry, for the first time, actually saw what we built, right? Because you don't
Yes.
actually know, you actually don't know till you actually see it and you feel it and you stand and you look at it, right? I mean, the final day that we had the competition where we had Paj, we had Air Bills. I mean,
That these
just the
people wanted to
sound,
kill me on
yeah,
stage.
just the sound people were making for the products that they actually like. I mean, you have to understand that um, not every product has customers, but not only do we have customers, we have true fans, true believers of the products, people that would actually carry the product on their head, right? We saw that, and we built on that momentum, right? We also showed everybody also was willing to watch that we were taking 10 founders, 17 members to SA. We showed it on the stage so that, I mean, all of you know what we're kind of trying to run around. Like after that, nobody said shit again about us not having products, right? That died because one thing we don't do is, I mean, this is something that I would steal the line of the minister of Abu Dhabi, where he said we don't do sandboxes and pilot tests. We show you what we've done, right? That day on stage, we basically showed everybody who was about to speak about us not having products or everything, and it's basically what Harry said, like in his words, was like, I don't want to hear that anymore. Like it's done, right? So I mean, that was the first time we actually truly saw it, right? So I mean, that was it for us in Sort of Village, Nigeria. That was basically what it was about, and he set up the stage for everything that we did in the year.
I would say Startup Village was a turning point for a lot of things, and especially for me, Startup Village was a turning point. I mean, you had already said, yeah, about the SA trip. You went to Solana Apex. So, Harry, you
Yeah,
can still
I think
hear
we
me? Yes.
mentioned it.
What?
Yes, I
I think
can.
we already kind of mentioned it already. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wanted to ask from Harry now because I hadn't heard from him. He had presented on stage and yeah, he hosted a panel, I believe, as well. So, would you say the objective of taking the founders and members to SA, would you say the objective was achieved?
Yes. Whereas I give an example of how the podcast guys went to South Africa, met other builders, and they could not totally literally tweeted that he can't wait to get back to Nigeria to continue building, right? Because I mean, yes, the experience was really good, right? There's even a joke where one of the builders of podcast was speaking to somebody and they told somebody their transaction volume, and the person was looking at them like, are you
They're laughing at them. Is they
they're
laughing?
laughing at them like, are you serious? So they knew that okay, this is no longer child's play. So it had an impact, right? Exposing your top builders to other top builders in the ecosystem had tremendous impact. Also it was the first time that a lot of these guys were traveling abroad, right? It was also um, good exposure. So yeah, we met the objectives. The goal was achieved. Tochi came back and just started cooking a lot, and we've seen the growth since then. Many other founders, there, Bispe also came back and has been a tremendous force in influence in the southeastern builder community. Right, really appreciate what they're doing. We see all of these things. We don't always personally enter a DM to tell you thank you technology, but we see all of the impact that members across and builders across the country are doing, and you can draw a straight line from the work that they've done to um, um, the experience from events like Startup Village Nigeria and also Solana Apex. So yeah.
Okay, all right. As I said, I was with you people in spirit. That's all I can say. Now, I want to, both of you are going to take this one because it's Solana Summit and it's arguably, what am I even saying? Was one of the biggest events that we've had this year. Solana in Nigeria, so like Solana Summit Africa, it was Solana Summit Africa. So it was like 3 days. We had the hike and the football match. The next day we had the mixer. Oh my god, I was looking like an angel. And then we had the summit on day 3. So, what were some standout moments for you as leads? Zubi, let's go with you first. I want to hear like what stood out to you. What were some highlights?
Okay, so first things first. I mean, just by looking at the event, by seeing the minister give a keynote, by seeing Maya from the foundation give a keynote, by seeing other players in the space, in the Web2 space, give keynotes, right? By seeing our own people sit down on a panel and discuss, right? I mean, it just shows that we built this thing, right? And the community is carrying it on their head. For context, it had 800, I think around 800 and something people coming. The hall was a 400 capacity hall, right? People were there till 6 p.m., right? And the people that came for the events, I think it was only somewhere around maybe like 70 something that were actually locals. So basically, 700 and something drove for the event, flew for the event, came in for the event. People did 12 hours. So, I mean, the reason why I bring all this is there is power in community. It's only things that people love that last that way. Also, by the way, there was a surge. You couldn't get a Bolt or an Uber around that area the day we had that event, right? So it's not a people online chatting this, it's like a proper community that has a proper economy, that has a proper GDP, right? And it just shows that our skill, our talent pipeline has grown, our brand equity, our brand affinity has grown amongst our people, right? And that was just it. That was basically it. I mean, you could see the quality of people on stage. And these are, I mean, imagine we can do all this year. What are we going to do next year with this pace at which we move, with the new direction that we're actually going to eventually announce, right? It is just the next level, right? So, I mean, that's what Summit was for us. It basically was basically our outing. Like, if Startup Village was, this is who we are, Summit is like, come, look at us now, right? So that was
Look at
basically.
this. I love it. Okay, Harry, how about you?
Um,
Yeah, the standout moments, yeah, the highlights for you as a lead. What was
yeah, I mean, Solara Summit was the first really major. I mean, every time you keep saying major, Startup Village was a very major event, but Solara Summit was on a bigger scale. Um, what Solana Summit did was what sort of village did was say, okay, these guys are very serious. What Solana Summit did was like, oh, these guys are OGs. Like we have nothing to prove. That's what Solana Summit did, right? The product on stage, the product, the presenter, the ones that are on the panel, the quality of the speakers, like Zubi said, something from the foundation, the federal minister, did your SEC. SEC is the country stock regulator. They don't go to any kind of event. If you think it's a joke, you can go and invite them to an event, right? But they were there, right? Um, I remember that somebody from outside of the ecosystem also came because he was in his business, his own ecosystem that is a layer one, and he wanted to just see, okay, what kind of products are being built here and what can I learn? And he was really impressed because, I mean, seeing products like River Finance, like the five patch cards on stage, just the presentation was really solid. Patch cards launched their new logo branding on stage, right? So when we say that as an ecosystem and as a community, we have nothing to prove to anyone, it's the truth. If you're at Startup Village, you know, you saw the events leading to Startup Village. You were at the at the community hike and the football competition. You saw the camaraderie. You saw how the community bond, right? Let's say you now even came to the mixer. You just saw the mixer was the mixer. Like you saw the community at its finest. Beautiful people, gracious people, hardworking people, all being proud of being part of this community and doing stuff in the Solana ecosystem. And then to crown it off, the main summit. The organization was top notch. Shout out to my event lead, Monarch. I know I stress it sometimes, but it's all love. It's for the love of the ecosystem of the game. So it's Solana Summit was on its after Solana Summit, after Solana Village, I was shocked. I remember telling Zubi that what Solana Village did for us was communicate that okay, these guys can pull their own weight. We have so many amazing products that are being built on stage. So that summit, there was really no need for me to even discuss with Zubi. We didn't even discuss afterwards. We're like, there's not like nothing impress us already. We know that we have we've come of age, and like I always say, we have nothing to prove to anyone, right? And thanks to all the members of the ecosystem that continue to contribute to the growth of Solana. Solana Summit was just the crown of jewel, and yeah, hoping that next year's one is even bigger than this year. So yeah,
hoping? It is going to be bigger.
inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay. All right. Now, shout out to Monarch for all these events. Now, for this next one, my first question to both of you is where's my merch? because if people went to break point 2025, I will just see merge there. So I'll come for my merge later. But now I want to hear about your experiences. Tell us about this is basically gist. Give us gist about your experiences. I mean, you have already started throwing in. I mean, meeting Vidor from Soflare, you met Steven, you met a lot of people. Okay, so how was it meeting and connecting with some of these top ecosystem leaders? Yeah, I also want to hear the gist about cash too. Yeah, Zubi, you first.
Okay, so first things first, right? It was just the love that founders had for Nigerians working for them. That was the thing that literally took us. It didn't take us by surprise, but the so then again, I mean, we're Nigerians. We always kind of have this Nigerian thing, which is we wore our merch, right? And at every point, I mean, yes, shout out to Harry and the merch design and the person that cooked it up, because every place they literally told us, "Oh, your merch is really good. Oh, your merch is the best." Oh, but immediately after that, the next thing they said was, "Oh, we have a lot of Nigerians working for us." We actually created groups on the spot. We created Telegram groups on the spot there to tell them, okay, add your group so we can actually help you, um, help them do much better, like put you into the community, put you into our pipeline, right? And it was just that. That was the first thing, right? Nigerians that work for these people work with a chip on their back, and they work. They do amazing job. They actually fly our flag very high, right? So that's something that was really good for us. Um, then the team of this year, and basically the theme that we're actually going to move into is ICM, Internet Capital Markets, right? Assets mostly, tokens, and all those sort of things. And we were able to talk to almost everybody that we believe would help us actually get to that next level, right? And even at that, everybody still makes the same thing, which is, oh, Super Team Nigeria, oh, we love you guys. You guys are very energetic. Um, Once we put out something and you people come on it, it comes alive, right? Like they accept that we are the pulse, right? That we actually are the pulse. Like our community is the pulse. So, I mean, that was something that we know, but it's always reassuring when you actually hear it, so that was it for us really. And the meetings we actually had with the people that are building out the pure ICM meta, right? So I mean, but that's it. That was it for me though. Yes.
Okay, interesting. I see. No, you know what? Let me keep quiet. No problem. Harry, please, can I hear from you? Your experiences and meetings with some of those people.
Um, First, 3 years ago, the only Nigerians you'd see at Breakpoint were American and Nigerian Americans, British Nigerians. But that is changing. This year, we had 6 people from Met Nigeria. We had two from Jupiter. We had the Soulflare guys. And we had obviously Super Team Nigeria leads, and then we had individual members like Crypto Oracle that went there, right? So it was a very good big reunion. So what does that mean? Like I said, when I talked about jobs, right? It means that Nigerians are beginning to make a name for themselves in the ecosystem, right? We're beginning to get that recognition that we are key players in this growing Solana's ecosystem globally, right? Um, this one was overwhelming for me. Again, not a lot of people know I'm not a people person, right? Last one I was more comfortable, but this time it was overwhelming because there are like 7,000 people. The event hall was bigger. There, last year in Singapore, we were just starting to make a name for ourselves as community leads. Now much more people know us. People were tracking us. Hey, are you there? Where are you? Da, da, da. So it was overwhelming for me because I take 2 steps and people recognize us. So it was on the personal note, it was very overwhelming. But the experience was like Zubi said, was really good because again, lots of feedback on the work that we do, but also supporting Nigerian members and Nigerians generally that are doing good stuff in the Solana ecosystem. So there's so many projects that are going to really go big on Nigeria next year. So many founders that we've met, they want to hire more people, they want to do stuff with Supporting Nigeria. They're already getting good traction from our community, and they want to really double down. Zubia also talked about ICM, right? We talk about that maybe in 2026 plans, right? Next year, we want to fully explore what it means for Super Team and Nigerian members to basically explore lots of DeFi tools, protocols, and make money from it, right? So you'll be seeing a lot of us talk about these things next year. But the Breakpoint experience was really good. As a community, we're no longer JJCs, right? As a community leads, we're no longer JJCs. We went there in our own right as super community leads. People recognize us much more now, but it was also overwhelming. People wanted to take pictures, people wanting to say hi, people wanting to do work with us. But yeah, very proud of how far we've come. Breakpoint basically just solidified that for us.
Okay, all right, and that is it on event. All right, so you guys were already, I mean, you've pretty much talked about the plans for 2026. I mean, ICMs is obviously like everybody's talking about ICM. So just brief recap, because I think next up we should have like the core highlights, core team highlights. But yeah, brief not recap, brief, how would I put it? A blob, tests. What are the strategies for 2026 for Super Team NG?
Okay, so I mean, we kind of have already mentioned this a whole lot already in passing, but it's ICMs, right? And I'm going to kind of explain what it is. The easiest way for many people to kind of understand it is to basically read it backwards, which is it's a market where you go for capital that lives on the internet, right? So imagine where I want to borrow money for my company and I give them a portion of my business for them to give me that loan, right? Well, that could be a token, that could be an asset, that could be a debt, right? How do you use things like Jupiter Lend to collect a loan that is better than collecting it from a bank? How do you provide liquidity for tokens to be traded and make fees from it, right? How do you give portions of your assets to how do you give portions of your company to some other people so that they can actually give you money to build your company? Well, that's tokens and launching, right? And launches, right? And what we're going to do as a community next year is for our founders is to either build out infrastructure that makes it possible for the local big players here to embrace um, DeFi products like that, right? So it's access mostly, right? Then for big businesses in Nigeria, how can they tap into better returns, better yield from DeFi, right? The beautiful thing is that because we have a community that understands all these things already, you guys could, for the writers, they could actually write about the advantages of accessing all this as opposed to doing it with TradFi, right? For programmers, for our founders, they could basically either build out their own the missing tech infrastructure required to help Nigerian money markets and businesses to kind of raise money, or what other kind of launching is possible? Is a tip jar a way to kind of collect money from people, right? What other tools can you actually build that plugs into the existing assets on Solana? If you want to do real estate, for example, you want to invest in real estate in America, in some other places, is there a company on Solana that already does that? If not, do you think you can build one that does that? Right? The whole point is there are a lot of assets on Solana that we now want people to start buying, right? So building out the momentum of being able to buy those assets, but also if you think there's something else that is missing, well, can you list your own assets there, right? That's basically where our head is at. So savings, investments like stock. I mean, thank God that I mean just on that this thing on that line, Danny is already doing Netlify is already doing stock, right? So we're going to buy stocks from Netlify, right? Those sort of things. It's like, well, what else? What else are they going to build? Are they going to build things like lending? Are they going to build other products, right? So it's that whole idea of we now have to get deeper into like DeFi, right? Get into DeFi, but also do it in such a way that it is actually safe and grows out the market. Yeah, but I mean that's it at a very short distance.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Zubi, for breaking that down. I mean, a lot of people are already in the chat taking down notes and all of that. All right, Harry, for you, could you tell us some of the plans that we are leaning towards in 2026?
Yeah, so there's Zubi has already broken down like what ICM really is. We would still need to do a lot of education and enlightenment about what ICM is and how community members can benefit, about how existing products can benefit. Products in Web 2, Web 3 can also tap into all of the ICM play that Solana has to offer, right? From the user perspective, Zubi has already talked about how do you use Jublend, how do you provide liquidity through Meteora, right? So next year, we want to help the community benefit from the ICM play. I don't say make money, maybe as if I give financial advice, right? But it's
You
we want the community members to explore the full DeFi suite that Solana has to offer, ecosystem, and also benefit from it. Like Zubi said, now you can buy X stocks from Netlify, so it means that um, now you have access to the what's top blue chip companies just from your Netlify wallet, and you can buy as low as stocks for as low as $10, right? So the similar other plays that are involved already. I mean, the Met Nigeria guys are community members. Just yesterday, I provided liquidity $100, and I was able to get about 800 naira in return. So imagine if I put in 1,000, 10,000, $100,000 into it, right? So passive income, we want to help educate the community, but also broader Nigerians about what ICM really is. From the community perspective, there are a few things that we're exploring. Um, there's going to be a lot of ecosystem projects coming into Nigeria because we've seen that okay, Nigeria has a few good things that it can leverage, things like distributions, things like talents, right? So we're speaking with the Souffle guys. They want to do a shit ton of events in Nigeria. I don't think that has been announced yet, but they want to do a lot. So expect them to hire more ambassadors, expect them to hire to do more events, expect them to double down in Nigeria. And we can see the results. Souffle is the fastest growing wallet right now in the Solana ecosystem. Um, so it's because these guys really know how to work, right? So they'll be doing a lot in Nigeria, and we're very proud that Witi, one of our members, is going to be driving that. It's good income, it's good GDP for our members also. Um, then for Q1, we're starting something called the Solana Builder Store. Haven't announced it yet, but I mean, how do we do an end of year call without sharing some alpha? So we're going to be something called Solana Builder Store. So we're going to be going to different states all through the year, speaking with Solana builders on ground, helping them understand the Solana ecosystem, the technical, the non-technical aspect, ICM, go-to-market strategy, help them. So we're going to be doing that next year, right? So we're going to be on the road a lot next year. We haven't picked the state that we're going to be exploring, but if you want
Rivers.
us to explore your states, please let us know in the reply section and we'll work towards it. So next year is going to really be big from that. So yeah, I think those are like the key things that we have for 2026. If I remember anyone, I will add.
Okay,
Um,
no problem. But please, first of all, if you build that the tour, first place your community is University. Thank you very much.
yeah, and also remember, yes, I remember now. Um, People are saying come to Abia, Ogun, Ekiti. I think I'd love to go to states that we haven't really maybe done a lot, or maybe we don't have like an active presence, right? For example, I've been to Enugu, Lord knows how many times. I've been
Let
to
let
Anambra
them, let
once.
let them find out the states.
Yeah, I think we'll probably gamify it, right? So we
And let
will
them find out when it's
we'll
announced.
probably probably
Let them put prediction markets on it. Let's see.
yeah, we'll probably put up a poll and ask committee members to vote, right? But I'm looking forward to visiting states that I haven't been to. I'm speaking to Solana users and builders on the ground. The next one, yeah, yeah. So we're going to have a startup village, just like we had Q1 last year. Startup village will be coming back to Lagos. But unlike the last one, we're not going to be opening to the entire community. We're going to make it a more smaller, intimate crowd, right? So we're going to be doing more builder focused, intimate crowd. Q1 is going to be happening in Lagos. So if you're a builder, you have a product, please get ready to come to Lagos in Q1 for Startup Village. But what we're going to be doing is we're also going to be doing a mixer, right? That in Lagos. So that is the one we're going to be open to the community, right? So we'll do a bigger mixer. So those are some of the things that I should look out for Q1 in 2026.
Okay, sounds solid. Oh my god, plans, Jesus. 2026 is going to be amazing. Like banger. Like you now don't they drop precision market link, please God. All right, now I'm going to be doing a little thing where let's hear from the core team. I mean, the core team has been instrumental to a lot of the growth in Super Team NG this year. Let's hear, instead of top three, I'm going to be taking your highlights, your favorite highlights of the year. So, see, thank God it's now. Thank God Harry and Zubi are on this call, so that I will not even have to tell you. I'm going to be starting with guild leads first of all. Safe. Let me bring all of you up on stage. As you please just follow the footsteps of our leads and just open your cameras. You people should not even try. Don't try me. Do not try me. This one is not for closing. Thank you very much. All right. Now we are going to be taking core team highlights. Let me even remove this one so that we see everybody very well. Alex has opened his camera. I'm back in business because. All right. So let's start with Alex. Alex, let's start with you. What was your favorite highlight this year?
All right, so
All
22,
right.
is it 2026 or like
No,
2026?
2027.
So
2025.
2025 has actually like been a very crazy one, honestly. So the first highlight for me was Startup Village. So why it's actually like a very good time for me was that it was the first time I was holding like a very big developer focused side event that featured like lots of builders in one room. So basically imagine like 10 developers who think that they know more than each other, trying to get all of them together to learn more. So the highlight was when we had like top contributors talk about one or two things, Solana technologies and all that, and it really paid off in the sense that immediately after Startup Village, we had a lot of persons contributing. In fact, we kind of emphasized a lot on open source contribution. To the point that immediately after the event, we had like a whole lot of our members contributing to open source in the general community. So we had people do stuffs around I've forgotten, but like a whole lot of contribution happened. So then fast forward to let's say the bounties and the bounties and the side wins most of our builders were getting. We had much persons graduate from top boot camps like Turbine, Aki. We like it was actually like very crazy, and you could actually say that we were the top two countries in most of these serious boot camps. So it actually like paid off in the sense that we now have like more intermediate and also senior developers, right? Because we also have like more Nigerians graduating from the advanced cohort and the rest. So that's actually like also paid off for us. And then when it comes to like bounties, our developers are also participating both Nigerian and non-Nigerian bounties. The only bad thing that we actually did this year was not listing enough developer bounty, which I think next year is going to I think that would actually be different from next year. So I think those are like my highlights. Startup Village, more open source contribution for our members in the community, and both the bounties and the bootcamp graduations and all that happened, right? So developers call was also like a very good time for me. Come out to hang out with developers, talk about like what we have going and all that. But yeah, I think those were like my highlights. For next year, I think for me, would venture into like more workshops, more developer focused, let's say side events and all that. Just looking at how everything would look like. But then those are pretty much my highlights. And obviously everybody's talking about ICM, and the persons that will actually do that would be like developers, right? Then the writers will write about it and all that. So no offense to anybody, but I think there are a whole lot of things that happened this year that actually like interest me. So I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to work out with the developers and basically like every other person.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Odogo himself, you did amazing this year. All right, next, I will just be calling. Okay, let me take it from the back. Oh yeah, developers. Let's take Ashley. Ashley with products. Oh yeah, Ashley, tell us your highlights of the year.
Hi guys, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys
Yes,
hear
yes,
me?
yes, we can. Yes, we can.
All right, all right. My top three highlights of the year, like with the community. First of all, Startup Village was amazing. It was like my first like IRL experience where everybody kind of came together. Seeing the founders, seeing the crazy founders that had been disturbing me on product calls. That's like the first one, and also coaching these founders to pitch their products on a larger stage where you have potential investors, potential partners, co-founders, etc. And then just the sheer technicality of what we discussed in the breakout rooms, from market research to product research to product validation, things like that. So yeah, that was like a really encompassing experience. Also coupled with the fact that like it was the first Super Team NG like huge events that I was involved in. And then second highlight was the breakout hackathon and those calls. Like, I mean, if you think of it, I wouldn't really like if you asked me of them, they're like, oh, what did you really enjoy this? I'll tell you no, like because it was Monday 8 p.m. calls, Wednesday 8 p.m. calls, Friday 8 p.m. calls, and like it wasn't funny. Like I was stressed, I was tired. But when the results came out and we saw that Nectify had gotten we saw that Rectify had gotten an honorable mention. Like, despite it not being the best result, I was still really happy that Rectify had gotten so far because I remember when it was still in the ideation phase and when it was like a round table of Zubi, Danny, Mani, like the whole Super Team NG Abuja team, and like we're having discussions and like Ruby Dada said, like, you don't know what you're building. Like, I remember going from that to getting an honorable mention in the breakout hackathon, insane. So like that's one of like my second highlights. And obviously the third highlight of my year would be Solana Summit. Summit was crazy for a number of reasons. And
Oh,
like we're all fresh off the hackathon. So like the vibes were up there. Like
immaculate.
high up. But yeah, that's those are like my highlights of the year and like that's all for me, bro. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashley. They don't want you now. You're fine. You're hot. Oh my God, people want to marry you in the comment. Please go and answer all your suitors. Thank you very much. Crypto, please. I'm waiting for you.
But
Like, Crypto, I'm waiting for you. I can see you. I want to see you. TOC, Oshodi, and Altes. All right, Crypto, you have the floor next. Please tell us highlights. Okay, you know what? I want to take it. Okay, I wanted to take it one by one, but you people are not giving me three. But if you can do it in less than 1 minute, no problem. Crypto, you have the floor.
Okay, GM everyone. First off, I want to like appreciate all the creators that have been showing up from January day one to this very moment. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been up and doing. And trust me, the growth, I've seen the growth, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud of everyone that has been consistently shipping, consistently putting out products. And you guys are just the best. So one of the highlights that started off for me has to be the Startup Village, because after Startup Village, we started creator spotlight. No, sorry, creators print. This was where our community, that is the creators community, were creating content for products. So we had a week that creators were creating product for Patch Cash, we had for Air Bills, we had for Nectify, and so on and so forth. And that was during that era that Patch Cash was able to get their first 1K users. And it was because of this content and these creators that relentlessly put out those content, keep on pushing out these products, these Spartan products that help to bring more users and bring more visibilities to this product. And this was voluntarily. There was no monetary incentives attached to this, but the community were so eager and so happy to do this. So big shout out. That was like one of my first highlights of the event. Then we push it down to the SGCC competition where we got great wins from the admission track down to the creators track and also the designers track. So that was like the second, and the final one has to be the Solana Summit Africa in Abuja. I saw a lot of creators putting out massive content, not just because of the bounty that was put out. Like the quality of content that came out from Solana Summit was just epic. People were up and doing, and they were connecting, trying to collaborate. The collaborative aspect is where strike me most, because it was no longer creators creating content individually. They were actually collaborating with one another, and that is where we derive strength from. When you guys collaborate with one another, we get to cover more grounds than just trying to do it alone. So final words for every creators, 2026 we'll be doing more creators workshop, because we have a lot of things to touch, from our sounds and also our edits. So we'll definitely do more workshops in 2026. And please, you guys should just keep on shipping. You guys should keep on creating content, and most importantly, keep on collaborating. We'll see you all at the top. Thank you very much.
See you all at the top. All right. Thank you so much, Creepdo, for that. All right. Let's go over to TOC. TOC, your camera is not on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm outside. I can't turn on my camera now. Uh, Thank you, Goddess Designer. It's I mean, I'm feeling a bit emotional giving this report. First, I would like to thank Dr. Hari and Zubi for the privilege to serve. 2025 was an amazing year for us in the Design Guild. For a fact, we had the highest workshop as a guild. I think we deserve some flowers for that. And also, we had like a remarkable growth. Our members grew and initially.
Is it the outside that has stopped our call?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Carry on.
All right. So I said we grew as a community from 200 to close to 900 in our membership. And it's not far-fetched. I mean, people like to go where value is offered. And I'm super glad to have such an impact in people's life. I mean, some of the initiatives we took in 2025, we had stuff like the Design Jam, where we got a sponsorship from Chain as well for Design Jam. And also as well, we had a hair design bootcamp where it was also included in Colosseum newsletter. I mean, that's a big win for us as a community as well. Also, we had members from the community, like me, people who literally did not have any skill sets. They started out with boot camps and workshops, and now they're making money in the ecosystem. I mean, some people have been winning bounties, some people have been getting a job and all of that. I mean, that's so amazing for us as a community. And also, what we plan to do 2026, doubling down on these, and just of course, it's like our leads have already given us like a sneak peek into what's coming up for 2026. I say basically, so as for us as Design Guild, we are delving into much more into products. Trust me, developers, you're not going to be able to distinguish between designers and developers. We're coming for you, Alex. So the writers will have a lot to write about us. And also, another amazing highlight was the fact that we gave birth to the new guild, the Animators Guild. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, and thank you, TOC. All right, next up, let's our direct correspondent from heaven would be taking us on the Animator Guild. Animator Guild, please tell us what was it. You will. I already know one of. I know one of your highlights. Don't worry, don't worry. Please just your me Christmas gift. People want to go and eat 1 billion. Yeah, all right. But yeah, please your highlights.
Hi everyone, Jim everyone, Jim, and I just want to say like it's a big opportunity. We're very grateful. I and Dami currently is on a flight to Lagos for the holidays, and I just want to say like thank you for the opportunity to Ari, Zubi, and to everyone that actually accepted us into the guild. And for we the animators guild, we're actually like the baby of the house, and we've seen a massive growth. And we just want to say big shout out to everyone that we collaborated, the content, the writers, the product. Any way we could collab, and with the designers also. So for the animators guild, we with our month in, we were able to like walk up and earn up to like 10,000 plus dollars. That's like a very big win, and we were able to actually like win the a big huge highlight was also winning the football competition. Also, that was a huge highlight for us. And I would say one thing is also is the massive learning growth. We have so many people from other guilds that came in and they were like, oh, I want to learn animation. People that had this passion, people that wanted to start drawing again, they all came in, and it was very like art forming. And at the same time, we make sure that everybody was guided, and it was a huge like opportunity. So thank you very much everyone, and goddess, your Christmas gifts is still coming. So shout out to everyone, Crypto, Ashley, Alex, DC.
Becca.
So
All right, thank you so much, Oshodi. All right, and then we have Altis finally. They say I know Shara is for this call. Is Altis on the call?
Yep. Hey guys,
Try
GM.
yeah, I know you're not outside. Remove. Oh,
Oh yeah,
put your.
sadly I am. I'm on transit, currently on transit.
You're on transit.
Uh okay,
Okay,
so
please.
highlights
Yeah.
of 2025. Man, where do I start from? There's a whole freaking lot, but I think I'm going to speak like collectively now as a guild, right? I think one of my biggest highlights would be, our transition from um sort of where we were hosting like a lot of boot camps to hosting high quality workshops with like top ecosystem players, the likes of Helios, Blockworks, even like Super Team Earn and Turbine itself, right? Speaking of Turbine, we sort of have an unofficial collaboration where we send a bunch of our talents to the Turbine research programs, and thanks to that, we're able to that and the workshops and the in-house activities we have, that sort of developed a deeper bench of research writing talent, within the guild, which was sort of evident in all of the bounties we've hosted, the PMF ones, the impact report, you name it, right? So another thing I would say I'm especially glad for is the fact that, we sort of came out of our shell, collectively as well as a guild, sort of dominated the timeline, stole like a lot of mind share to the point where you cannot talk about writing talent within the Nigeria Web3 ecosystem or even globally without having to mention, the SuperteamNG scribblers, right? So that is something I'm super proud of. And that is as kudos to everyone, every single community member, right? And then I also like how I also appreciate how we sort of grew more cohesive as a guild, right? As a family, where sometimes you can literally. Oh, is my time up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me just wrap up, right? So, sometimes you could literally come to the guild, even if it is like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you'd see people hanging out, just grinding and all of that, and then some of our members even, took up initiatives, sort of own the guild, ownership, where it's like, okay, we had people like Ral starting the like starting the Friday weekly Scribble Spaces, right? And the likes. Not to even mention, I think my own biggest highlight was, the writing course with the federal ministry, obviously, but
Oh,
that's left to be said, right?
oh, this one was
So,
your biggest highlight. This one is your biggest highlight. Okay, so please, I would
so
like you to
yeah,
spread your highlights in a thread. No, sorry, in an article. You're very
so
good at it. Oh my god.
so just to cut it short, anyways. There's, like I said, there's a bunch. We win. It's what we normally do, right? We're also looking to incubate other guilds, right? Looking for how we can explore the capabilities of AI and all of that. But yeah, kudos to everyone. It's been a year, and thank you guys very much.
Thank you. We'll be expecting the article to drop anytime soon. Okay. All right. I would have loved to actually take from the regional captains, but I'm afraid we don't have time. So thank you to everyone. Regional captains, I'm expecting your reports as a thread. Do like a 1,000 word essay for this, and yeah. All right. Next up, please, we are about to announce some certain things. Harry, are you still on the call?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Zubi, you're still here?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay. So now we are about to announce bounty winners, starting with design. So Zubi, I think you should take this one.
Okay. So for design, the third place is the black UX guy, which is the black UX guy. That's 250.
I think that's Ral Andrew. That's Ral, right?
No, that's not Royal. This is for design. This is
Oh,
Royal.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Then the second person is Billionaire Raven. Second place is Billionaire Raven. So congrats to Billionaire Raven. Then the first person is God knows Ukari. God knows Ukari. That's for first place. So
Congratulations to you guys.
Congrats, Billionaire Raven
Billionaire
Billionaire
Raven.
Raven just organized a design hangout in Anambra that pulled a handful of people. Like
Yeah.
it's incredible. She's an amazing member of our community. Appreciate all the work that she has been doing, and happy that she came out second in her submission for design bounty.
Okay, all right. Harry, you're taking the next one. The next one that we have is the bounty winners for content.
Yes, I know this would have come as a shock to a lot of people. No, not a shock, but like so the quality, the submission quality was really high. I was like, I'm not even pitying whoever is going to judge this, right? Because I saw literally up to like 5 high quality videos that could be winner, right? But I'm sure the judges had like um, the reason for picking this. Favor came first place. First place winner Favor, $1,500. I mean, I love her execution with the Netflix intro. Favor has grown really well. She has. I mean, I knew when she started, and just the growth has been phenomenal. The quality of our videos right now has been really good. So congrats to Favor. Energy's video. Energy is an editing goddess, right? She's amazing at what she really knows how to edit her videos to be like really clean. So congrats to Energy, doing amazing stuff. And then there's Newbie. I think Newbie was also one of the other videos that I really enjoyed. I love the storytelling. There are a lot of lapses when it comes to research. Everybody had lapses when it comes to research. People misplaced numbers here and there. Let me be honest. Everybody did, including the winner, right? Um, and there were also other. Teddy also was a Teddy should be an honor mention. Teddy's video was also up there. I mean, there's you can count like 5 to 10 really quality videos there. They're really good, but again, we only have to pick. We can only pick 3 winners, and yeah, congrats to these folks.
Okay. I'll be taking writers, which is the last bounty, because I also want to mention some honorable mentions. All right, and for writers, I mean, some of you have already seen it. Drum roll, please. Okay. In third place, we have Ral Andrew. In second place, we have Asil Amaka. And in first place, without any doubt anyway, Lily came in and killed it. So congratulations to you guys. This is what we have.
Yeah, the submission, the submission for this was also really high quality.
Very high.
It was very hard. Again, telling people to make a report and I think it's what we're really proud of our community. The quality is off the charts. Remember that the last Solana content hackathon, this happened when? Was it last year? Whatever. And Gerard led his submissions on. So I'm trying to imagine if they ever do something like that right now. How would it be? So the quality of writers, the quality of designers, the quality of animators, the quality of devs. I mean, like Alex said, I wish we did more dev bounties this year. We'll rectify next year. Next year, we'll definitely have more developer bounties than any other bounties. But the quality is just incredible. Everybody saw Lily's submission. When I saw Lily's submission, I was like, okay, this cooked.
I mean, one thing I really loved about Lily's submission is this, and it's something that I and Harry we discussed quite a lot too, is when everything gets trivialized, the excellent ones would always emerge. Right? Because everybody has access to ChatGPT, everybody has access to this, everybody has access to that. The point is when everybody can do it, the 1% start showing up. Because nobody said you should do a magazine. Lily said, fuck it. Right? You have to always get to that point in your career where you say, fuck it. I'm just going to stunt on people. Right? For example, it might be a design this thing, and somebody says, fuck it, I'm just going to prompt this thing into existence. The people giving you the bounty did not say it. But the moment they see, they're like, aha, is this one? So you always have to go above and beyond. Like, do not think anything you're doing is too much. It's not. Just fuck it. Just go. Just taunt on people.
Yeah, as somebody said, people dropped pen and deleted their draft after seeing Lily's submission. I agree. People stop submitting. I think for me the shocking one was actually Asel. I didn't see Asel Amaka's submission until I got the final winners list. I was like, Asel second, so I had to go check her submission. I was like, Jesus Christ, she did an actual proper report, right? So
assistant you lead.
No, I mean she's Asel, but I just didn't see a submission on the timeline, or I didn't get the kind of buzz that Lily did. When I saw the work, I was like, oh, I understand now why she was.
Lily basically said, allow me to reintroduce myself.
My name is.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
You know what's funny about Lily's thing? She had gotten an honorable mention, I think the last bounty she had participated in, and then she was like, how do I break out this honorable mention jail? And came and killed all of them.
It's see, there'll be more bounces. You see, it's competitive. You have to get better. You don't win in one does not mean that you're not good. It just means that you have to go back and do your assignment and say, okay, how can I get better? Now, people now know that people are beginning to pull up using our website. So the next one, we will probably do a big board and hang it somewhere in on Third Milan. Like it's you have to be competitive. So that's what competition does. Competition beats the best, right? And we want that, right? So it's really competitive. And I think the good thing about this is we have to put all of these reports into a drive or somewhere that people can actually access it, right? If somebody asks us, what did we do this year? And that's the bit of our community. I don't have to, as a lead, to go and start drafting all the things that we did this year. Committee members have already done really good justice in video, in design, in storytelling, video storytelling, and in writing and research, right? So that's the beauty. So congrats to all the winners. Ral did a lot of interviews. His was more, I think I read it a bit. His was more story laden. Loved the direction. It was a new direction. Was different direction, but he killed it. Asia was more straight to the numbers, straight to the facts. Was a proper report that we can, as leads, can pitch to people from the Solana Foundation. Then Lily
Just,
own is just
just
what the
bazooka.
company do. If they ask us to send the report, it's basically just give them link, just say, sorry, we've already done it. Take this one.
Just take link.
Just take link. Just take link. So
Okay.
happy about the selection. Next year, more bounties, more earning opportunities, more growth. So congrats to all the winners.
Okay, congrats to all the winners. And because writers do not know how to not do overboard, we have some honorable mentions. Congratulations to these honorable mentions to Hogwarts, Jade, Fenra Kim, CJ Mark, Tiffany, my baby girl, and Shane Stella. So congratulations to you guys as well. Those are the honorable mentions that we have. So congrats, guys. And those are our winners. Okay, and now for this next one. Dun, 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 dun. You guys will like this one. I told you there was going to be a surprise at the end. Remember when Super Team NG?
Have we announced designer bounty?
Oh yes, we have.
Yes,
You're
we
the one
have. Oh yes. Oh yeah, we have.
Okay, so all right now because so we talked about nominate your member of the year and all of that, and there was just one clear winner. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the member of the year. That is in the chat, please. Yeah.
So, I mean, Zubi, do you want to go first? Member of the year? Okay, let me go first. So when we asked people to nominate a member of the year, a lot of people started nominating a handful of people. Eddie, for example, got good nomination. Outsays, a handful of people. But Witty also got like a substantial amount of nominations. And we felt like it was right to actually give it to Witty because he has been a good example of what happens when you empower Nigerians into an ecosystem. Well respected in the software core team. Doing an amazing job. He's a very good ambassador of Super Team Nigeria because when he goes out there to meet people, he doesn't only represent himself or software, but he also represents Super Team Nigeria, right? Because he started with Super Team Nigeria before doing stuff. Now he's now building another community, which is the beauty of what we have as a community, that Super Team Nigeria is now betting members that are now building out successful communities in their own right. Duke is doing Gym Nigeria, which is doing G4G guys, Software ambassadors, Material, LP guys are also coming up, right? So Witty has been a good ambassador of Super Team Nigeria in the year, and we're very proud that to give him the award of Super Team Nigeria Member of the Year. And it comes to the $250 prize, thanks to Siren AI. Siren AI is a launch pad. Please check them out. They sponsored this. So $250 will be going to Witty Cruz of Software.
Okay. All right. All right. And then finally, we are going to be wrapping this up. But yes, before we go, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on TikTok. And with that, the 2025 season comes to an end. Please, closing remarks, Zuvi.
Well, so basically, I think what we want to say is thank you. We won't have done this without all of you, right? For showing up every day, for daring to dream, for daring to be to build with us. Thank you for that. We had a whole lot of great things go for us this year. We might have had some disappointments here and there, but that comes with the territory. Next year, we are going to double down on some of these things. We are going to be a little bit more focused. We're going to go narrower, but we're going to go deeper, right? Because it's going to help us build out very strong human infra for ourselves, and funding and revenue and GDP, right? So please, I think it might be very nice to say for anybody who's aspiring, right, to kind of crack into the market, community member, just be like Witty, right? Be audacious, just be audacious, right? And we would actually, I mean, one thing all of you know is that we are going to basically bleed out for you guys, right? So just do what you do. Make sure that what you do is actually at the front, and we will take it from there. We will push you as much as we can push you. We'll have a lot more announcements of success. We want more success from everybody. We want all of you to run communities, to build your own products, to, I mean, just move to the next level, right? And we pray that by the Christmas we don't lose a life, we don't lose anything. We actually have the celebrations, we come back, and we just come back to really implement, right? So that's it from my side here.
Thank you so much. Okay, Harry, closing remarks.
That's the word to use.
Don't cry.
This year exceeded all our expectations. Like I always say, the work of ecosystem growth is not wanted, right? It's not hackathons, or it's not bounties, or it's not just GDP. It's a sum total of a lot of moving parts. Everything from partnership to regulations to talent development to jobs to GDP to bounties to earnings to events. Nobody does it like Super Team Nigeria. That's a fact. You like I always say, you can um, um, I mean, you can hate, but like you can hate the person, but you can't hate the data,
You
right?
have to
You can
respect.
hate the person. You have to respect the hustle. Like you don't have to like me, but you respect the hustle, right? You don't have to like me as a person, but you respect the work that goes into building a proper ecosystem, right? So it's been an incredible year. Lots of moving parts, lots of things that we did. Um, um, Next year is going to be a banger, right? We have our focus for next, just like how the focus for this year was founders, apps, tokens, and then mid of the year we moved into like partnership regulations. Next year is basically ICM, right? Every year we always have a focus that we do. So go and acclimatize yourself with ICM concept. We're going to be doing a lot of that next year. And like I always say, jobs not finished.
He said it, guys. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making out the time. Oh my god, this has been a good 2 hours. I mean, this is the longest we've stayed on a call this year, and it has been a good one. And I've seen numbers. Yeah. So thank you so much for your leadership. I mean, you guys have made Super Team NG what it is now. And I'm just emotional thinking about it. I don't want to cry on this call. But yeah, thank you so much, Zubi. Thank you so much, Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, 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 bye,
Bye,
bye, bye,
everybody.
bye, bye, bye. Bye. Go and rest. See you next year.